What I enjoy most about being a DC charter school teacher is just the rich DC culture that I see inside the classroom each and every year, and I love that so many of my students and families bring that into the classroom. So it's such an enjoyable experience, and DC is such a unique place, and I feel like wherever you teach and with whichever group of students that you teach, their culture, their city, their backgrounds, their families, all of that should be a part of the classroom and the learning. I believe there are many things that I could say it has inspired me to become a classroom teacher, but for starters, I would say my grandmother being an educator. She was a teacher and principal for over 35 years in Ohio, where I was raised, and being with her pretty much anywhere throughout the city, everywhere we went, folks would stop us and, first just say hello to her and then look my sister and my brothers and I in our eyes and let us know just how impactful she was to their lives or to their children's lives or even to their grandchildren's lives. And so seeing this growing up, I didn't realize it probably until adulthood, but just how impactful that was for me to see how much she really helped to shape so many children's lives and education. And I would also say, being the youngest of 8 children and really being the person who kind of had to support so many of my nieces and nephews and babysit them, I think I also just realized how good I was with children at a young age, and always kind of ended up around children, even throughout college when I worked in the Montessori on campus. So there's many things that have led me to the classroom, but with each of those experiences, I think I realized just how enjoyable it was working with young children, and that's what's really kept me here in the classroom. I would say my teaching style is first just very relaxed. So if you come into my classroom space, it feels relaxing, it feels calming, it feels welcoming. And so I do start there with creating the classroom space to be somewhere where anyone would want to be, not just children. Most times, especially because I'm near the exit of the school, the staff come in. And at the end of the day, they just kind of plop down like, just happy to kind of be in a space where they can decompress before they even go back out into the world. So I really just like a very calming space and a very calming energy. And I think that helps support the students' learning and really helping them to center and calm themselves before, they jump into some of the curriculum and the learning. If you were to come into my classroom and take a Polaroid, what you would capture is greatness. And I can say that because my classroom is built and shaped and created with the students' work. So when you come in, you see them. You don't necessarily see me in images or in particular things that I've created. It has my feel, my vibe. So if you know me well enough, you will know this is my space. But when you really look around and you see what's on the walls, even from the floors to the ceilings, it is their work. It is their energy. It is their images, actual images of them all throughout the classroom. I would say one of the most important lessons a student has taught me, and there have been many, but I would say one of the most important ones was actually this year. I have really been focused a lot on equity work and making sure that I even attend to each student's needs. And that's one of the most challenging parts of being a teacher, that you have all of these humans, all of these bodies, and each person has different needs that you have to cater to. and try and be as equitable as possible in that, even if some students need more than others at certain times. And so I have a student who had one this year who was just, all the personality, didn't require as much of your attention per se, just excited to be here, excited to be with her friends. And there was a moment where I had redirected her and then I'd moved on. I didn't check to even think, if that redirection, and it wasn't harsh, it wasn't, it was just, she needed a redirection, and then we had somewhere to go. And soon after that, we had taken a picture and I saw her head down. And I didn't look at the photo until later that evening. And so I tried to remember, what was going on? Because I could see that she was sad. I could see something was going on, and she's not usually, like that. And I said, this had to be whatever it is that I had to say to her. And maybe it was just me being in a rush, that I didn't even look back to redirect and say, or give her the pat on the back, or, just a gentle reminder, something. And it just was a reminder from me that I still have more work to do. I feel that I've really put in a lot of work, and for the most part, I'm equitable, and the children will let me know, when they all feel like they're getting that amount of attention or love that they need. But still just being more aware of what each student needs, and not rushing so much, and paying more attention. I would say a piece of advice that I would share with current or aspiring charter school teachers is to think bigger and well beyond your classroom, your school, your network. And if there is something in an area in which you want to grow, you can go out yourself and find it. Find a book, find the person, find a conference, and sign up for it. Go out and get it yourself. And that might mean your school will pay for it, but even if they don't, figure out a way that you can continue to grow and find ways to improve yourself, not even just for your students, but really just to keep that passion going. Because sometimes if you don't find those ways to continue to grow, you can find yourself burnt out or, feeling stifled within the classroom. As the 2022 Washington, D.C. State Teacher of the Year, I would say my legacy is and will be my students. They will always be my legacy, and how well they have done, and how much they have shown the world what early childhood students are capable of. They have already left a mark. But as I continue to grow, and now that there is a bit of a light that has been shown upon me, I hope that I can continue to improve on letting others know, especially within this education community, how limitless children are, especially our early childhood babies. So often, as 3, 4, 5-year-olds, and really even younger than that, they think that the students are just playing, just having some fun together, and they are. But really, when you push them to be their best, you really get to see just how phenomenal our youngest learners are.